Welcome in to another edition of the Cavalier Connection podcast. I'm your host Jeff Lowe, joined as always by Jay. How you doing tonight, Jay?
Whew, stressed.
What's got
We're,
you so
we're
stressed?
live while the golf is
Yeah,
hanging by a thread here in the national championship match with Oklahoma State, and yeah, I got it. I'm watching on the phone, doing the podcast, trying to get the podcast over to Facebook so people can watch it if they want.
oh yeah.
Crazy
I
time.
yep, I've got it on the TV in front of me. So yep, we're winding down here on that one. Jay, before we dive into tonight's episodes, hit that subscribe button to never miss a moment of the Cavalier Connection here on YouTube. Jay, we've been growing pretty steady lately, and we want to say
Yeah,
thank you to everyone who's
we
been
have.
listening, commenting, reading our articles, been a part of the channel growing. So we want to say thank you. The CavalierConnection.com website's been rolling. Jay, you've put out a couple of really good articles, got the comment section going. So we do thank everyone. And we also have to talk about our friends over at Mincers. So, Jay, we didn't make the NCAA baseball tournament. That stings a bit, like a foul ball to the heart.
Yeah.
But you know what doesn't hurt? Rocking fresh UVA gear from Mincers. Whether you're crying in your hat or grilling in your hoodie, they've got everything a who needs to look good, even when the bats go cold. From classic tees to new arrivals, hotter than a summer day in Charlottesville, Mincers has you covered because seasons end, but style, that's eternal. Mincers at Stonefield or on the corner or at Mincers.com. Come for the gear. And as we do this podcast, stay for the therapy. We need therapy here. The baseball team didn't make the tournament. The golf team right now is here trying to win a national title. Hopefully, we don't need sad therapy here tonight on this one. But Jay, real quick, and before we really get to what we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to talk about this week's Mincers moment as well. The entire Virginia men's golf team, who's currently right now playing for the national title, and Ben James just yesterday hit a clinching birdie on 18 with an incredible bunker shot. And now, in Jay, we're talking about this whole thing, and there's a possibility those trophies behind you might be getting ready to get another one, and that's what we'd
Yeah,
like to
I
see.
might have to update the picture. It may already need updating. I'm not sure when this was from.
Yeah, it's quite
I haven't done
possible.
the counting, but
Mm,
I think people get the point. We're national championship university
Yeah,
here in
Virginia
Virginia.
Tech fans can't put anything behind them like we
If I
can.
wanted to show the Virginia Tech trophy room, I would just cut off the virtual screen and go with the background
Just go green. Just go
and
green
just go
behind you, and
green
that's
screen, just complete
it.
green emptiness.
That's
But
right. But in today's national title match, another outstanding golf shot. Let's take a look.
Let's go to 4. Ben James up in the match early. Second to play. Stout already on the green.
He can use that
Look at this.
backstop
look
beyond
at
that flight
this.
stick, and he's going to try to do it. There it comes off there. Now,
Oh
that's
my
high
goodness.
enough that it has
Can you
some
imagine?
speed. This could go in. It does.
How about that, Ben
What a
That put him
shot.
3 up through 4 holes, and as
Yep.
we sit right now, I believe Jeff he's 2 up. I haven't seen the latest
Talk
one.
about playing with
You-
purpose. And
Yeah. And so Ben James was going to, we were going originally thinking of being on last night. He was going to win our Mincers moment. He said, hold my glass. I got another one for you. So great shot there by Ben James, and congratulations to him. So for winning this week's Mincers moment. So while golf is going, and I'm sure you guys are just as distracted as we are, baseball, Jay, we didn't make the NCAA tournament. That's tough.
Man, yeah, it was. I don't know. Do you want to just hop into that conversation? I see we have Cardiac who's with us tonight. Glad to see we have some people. I think
Oh,
they're
yeah.
probably on, in agreement with me on.
They got a lot to say about baseball, and he's letting us know Ben is up too.
Okay, good.
Cardiac who's just let it loose tonight.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and apologize in advance because this could be the first time in Cavalier Connection history that we have a slip of the tongue. Watching live golf with the national championship on the line. So
man.
as I'm seeing these shots go by the hole, whew,
Oh yeah.
my heart
Oh,
pitter
yeah.
patters a little bit.
No doubt.
But yeah, I mean, Virginia. I know, Jeff. We've texted about this a lot, and so yeah, they had a lot of self-inflicted wounds, lost some games they shouldn't have. I get all that, but flat out, this is just, to me, is just a screw job. You cannot finish 16-11 in the ACC. Have a series where you're stolen from because Florida State, decided not to play it, and that's their decision. They had, tragic event there. I get it. However, to hold that against Virginia, I don't get it. And your last 26 games, you're 20-6. You sweep Miami, who gets in easily in, not even in the last 4 in. They were supposed to be right there with us on the bubble, right there. You sweep them. You take 2 out of 3 from Georgia Tech, who for some reason wasn't chosen to even host as the ACC regular season champion. The schedule didn't quite break fairly for us. As far as we didn't get to play Carolina, we didn't get to play Clemson. But we did enough. I mean, bottom line is we did enough. I see a 28-23 Big 12 team in.
Yep.
I don't care. Like, what else? And Kentucky got in. I think they were maybe 29-24 or something like that. Whatever it was. There was a few border teams. There's an article out there written, I think, by everybody's favorite Chris Graham on Virginia not getting in, and actually I want to give him credit. He put out a good article today on Sean Singletary. If you haven't read that, I would say go read it. It was a good article on Singletary. But he put out an article on the snubs that got in over us. It's just ridiculous. And Cardiac says non-conference was bad. I do agree on that. Sweeping Miami and Kentucky, having a losing record in the SEC kills me. Yeah, I mean, the respect that the SEC gets is just
in all the sports. In all the sports.
I mean, I get it. They're good. But I would stack, our best up against their best anytime. I mean, maybe we win some, we'll lose some, but let's do an SEC, ACC challenge in baseball, to make a statement of preseason. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's saying, yeah, and we bit ourselves in the butt early in the year, but usually a couple things. I really thought we were going to get leading up to selection day before those upsets happened in a couple of those conference tournaments that kind of cost us. I thought we were definitely going to get in. We were going to get the benefit of the doubt because we were number 2 in the polls to start the year. All the polls inside the top 5, and then when those upsets happened, I started having bad feelings. And when the day came, selection Monday came, I know you texted me and said I didn't think we were getting in either. I just had a bad feeling.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but the team was hot at the end of the year. So yes, we start off slow. We bit ourselves in the butt, but you want the best teams playing in the tournament. And Virginia was one of the hotter teams in the country at that time. And then on top of it, I say you give Virginia the benefit of the doubt by not getting to play that Florida State series. And it's a shame we couldn't have at least, I saw somebody suggesting a doubleheader or something like that, playing them a couple games or whatever. That we were punished for that as well.
Yeah.
And then we had some self-inflicted harm. I think that the team really, they bought into themselves early in the year. Like, we're going to, sometimes you feel like I'm going to step on the field.
Oh, yeah.
Because of who I am, we're going to win.
Yeah.
And just like Harrison Didewick, he didn't hit the ball this year until the back end of the year. He never got going. And the pitching just let us down this year. It's a disappointing end, because to think that we didn't make the NCAA tournament in baseball or lacrosse, like if you told me that before the year started, I'd have bet the house like you're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, who could have foreseen, Blanco not even really playing a role on this team with the injury he had. And, oh, yeah. And that's a great point. And that was something I was going to bring up. More so the NC State game that I was thinking of, how we had like a 7-0, 7-1 lead in that game that we ended up blowing in like the 6th or 7th inning.
Yeah.
And I hate that our season, because I do believe if we win that Boston College game in the ACC tournament, even just getting to play the next game, we probably get in, even if we lose it.
Yeah.
You first pitch that game after 10:30 Eastern time. You don't finish till 2 something in the morning. I mean, that's a bunch of crap.
Right.
It's just a bunch of crap. You can't do that to these college kids. And I know BC was in the same situation, but it's just you can't schedule 4 games in a day on one site like that and expect you're going to get the best, games. I mean, Virginia had 5 errors in that game.
Oh yeah,
all year really defensively we were bad.
Yep.
That probably to me even more than the pitching was our defense just let us down too many times. But just a disappointing end. It's over now. Like, to me, college baseball is over. I don't give a crap about it at this point. I won't watch another second. And I'm on to the football count after this golf match is over, which is looking like it may not go our way.
Yeah.
OK State is up, has 1 point in the books.
2-1
already. They're up in 2. If they hang on to those 2, that will clinch them the national championship.
We had such a good start today in that golf too.
Yeah.
It's looking really good.
And I don't know this scenarios. Like I said, since we've come on, I can't really see. I don't know if we're like in a good position to maybe get back from one of those that we're losing in. When I knew we were going to play OK State, I knew that was going to be a tough draw because just their history. I mean, those guys expect to win national championships. The program that they have is it's what you want to be in college golf. So,
real quick, speaking on lacrosse, how about next year hosting the national title game at Scott Stadium?
Yeah. I mean, maybe Cavalier can actually make a trip for that. Hopefully UVA will be in it, although, it'll be a big jump from this year to that.
Oh, yeah.
The thing about lacrosse is they always have the opportunities to prove that they're good enough. Their schedule will never be a week because they play the big boys. Every game is like a big boy,
Yeah, it's a blockbuster matchup. Let's see. He says, cardiac who's for baseball. It'll be interesting to see who Coach Oak can get in the portal.
So many guys are returning. Well, we assume they'll return. And then if some of the
some of the recruiting class, those guys in the recruiting class, I was looking at the amount of players in the top 100 in the recruiting class that he's got coming in as well. And then the whole drama with, some people saying needing to be a change. I think that's just cuckoo.
Oh, yeah. That's silly talk. You better get on your hands and knees and pray to the Lord above that Coach Oak does not, 1, go to Mississippi State, which I don't think he will. And 2, he stays at Virginia until he decides to never coach again. He's embraced he's not one of those guys like Tony who just didn't want to go through the NIL stuff. And, baseball's not going to deal with it as much as basketball or football. But, I think UVA has said, or I've heard, I don't remember where, but, Virginia's committed to putting the money into the baseball program. And so we're going to be good. I think this year is just a one-off. it's just really unfortunate because this team was too good to even put yourself in a position where the committee could screw you.
Yeah.
I mean, you lost to Liberty twice.
Yeah.
You lost to Richmond, and those teams, they've had their years where they've been good, but just tough to take those losses. And Boston College had our number. That really, you could pin it right down to that.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
if we could have just taken care of business against Boston College, who's not a very good team, we lost 3 out of 4 to them. Just win 1 or 2 of those, and you're right there.
Yeah. Cardiac Who says he thinks those recruits that get drafted in the first 4 or 5 rounds will go pro. I was wondering about that.
We've got a left-handed pitcher coming in, and I've seen he's already gone in with the Cavs futures. So I thought that was probably a good sign.
Right.
If he's already doing stuff with Cavs futures, that he's, probably got a pretty substantial offer from us. I don't think it's as cut and dry as it used to be. It used to be, you're a high draft pick, you're probably just going to go ahead and go. But now,
Right.
the way things are with
Some
money, you may say I can make the same money and I can improve my draft stock so that when I do come out, I may be a first rounder, second rounder instead of a fifth rounder, fourth rounder, what have you. So, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. But
we've had to move on.
Yeah, we're to that point in the off season, Jeff, where, all right, it's over. Now we really have to come up with some ways to make content until August.
I think that with football, oh boy, with football, I'm sorry, I'm watching golf at the same time. With football coming up, I think there's gonna be plenty to talk about here in this in the summer months, which sometimes a dead period, but hopefully we'll get some of the guys back on for you guys, Ball Hawk and Hootie. Jerry Radcliffe and Jackie, and Cardiac Who's thinks Ford will be gone. That's the one I have seen as a potential. I definitely saw somebody else saying the exact same thing.
Gone as in gone pro?
To pro.
I thought is the rule not where you have to stay 3 years anymore?
Well, I was reading the same
thing. At one point, once you committed to the college route, you had to stay for, I thought it was 3. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but obviously, if he's being talked about as going, then he could go. I mean,
yeah. So football is on the horizon, and then also, Jay, you wrote an article this week talking about the basketball program and how we just added. Ones you were really talking about was Jakari White and
Sam Lewis.
Thank you. Who did you just say?
Sam Lewis.
I thought you said Willis. I was about to say it's not. Then you had me all messed up.
Talking about Willis.
Yeah, that's right. But versus do you bring those guys in, or is it better to do that, or versus Isaac McNeely, and the whole fact of Isaac McNeely being part of the previous regime and kind of keeping things, some tradition from the past, connecting the dots type of a deal. Got a lot of stir, a lot of talk. Ben James won his match.
Awesome.
Cardiac Who's letting us
I guess it's 1 point, 2 away.
1-1, but it's in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
But so quite a bit of conversation on that one this week, Jay. Your thoughts on your article and.
Well, Jeff, I had to spell out in the article when I wrote it. I did this hoping people would not come with just some, a little bit of ridiculousness. But first of all, I do not know the money is equal. I'm not saying the money is equal. For the sake of the article, let's just say that it is. If you could have Isaac McNeely or Jakari White and Sam Lewis, those 2 for IMAC, would you make that trade is essentially what I wrote about. And I tried not to be influential, just tried to list pros and cons kind of for both. I was really surprised. at the results of the poll I put on X, I really thought McNeely would win out, just because I know how well liked he
Fan
was as a
favorite.
player.
Yeah.
But the White and Lewis combo, I think it was around 80.
It was a big, yeah.
or something like that. Last I
Get in the
checked.
hole. Oh man. But yeah, no, it was a big gap there. And I thought it was going to be much closer than that as well. McNeely was a fan favorite. Jonathan Cotton had a good point because you were mentioning about the bridge with McNeely and with Gertrude being being that bridge. The difference has just been that McNeely was a fan favorite, and I think Gertrude was a fan favorite, but he didn't get to play last year. But
Well, what I
previous
had
years,
said that he commented on was basically we don't have a face of the team. And the most recognizable face on this team is a guy who's never played,
right.
which is Chance Mallory, and Virginia's 1 point away from losing. Chang lost 2-1, or OSU is up 2-1. So come on, who's getting something going here? We need some. Oh my God. Oh. That's not good. He just rolled in a long one against me.
Well, thanks for spoiling it for me because I'm just a hair behind you. And
that was to save his one up, and it was probably a 25-footer. Oh my God,
yeah.
That makes me want to throw up.
That gets you that fist pump going if you're an OSU fan. Yeah, so no, the conversation was good conversation, a lot of conversation on that one. Did you sit in a particular way? I know you wanted the article to be neutral because you wanted to get people talking.
Yeah.
And do you sit a specific way?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd rather have White and Lewis simply because, I did say this in the article, 2 is better than 1, and with Coach Odom, he likes to play a lot of guys. They're both elite shooters with more athleticism. So I don't think, maybe not overall as good as IMAC. Obviously, we don't know because of the level of competition. And that was another point I made in the article. Well, we know what IMAC can do against high-level competition. We don't know what Sam and Jakari can do. We know what they can do against lower tier, D1. But when they step up, are they going to be able to make the transition and still play at a high level? We think they will be, the one thing to me that I like is they are elite shooters because shooting the basketball is shooting the basketball. If you're open and you can shoot, I don't care, where you play, the goal's 10 feet. So, and 3-point line is going to be the same distance. And so all that should translate. They're athletic. They're going to play defense. And they're coming with a chip on their shoulder, I'm sure. We talked to Jakari about having that chip, because people just assume you play at a low level, you can't play. But if I remember right from his interview, his recruitment was really impacted by one, having a coach who really didn't know how to use technology and get his stuff out on
right
on to other coaches really. And 2, it was COVID time, during his high school recruitment. And so I might be mixing up those White and one of the other guys we talked to. I'm not sure, but in any way you slice it, he was under recruited, and he's played really well. So we'll see. I think of course we had some people say, well, UVA didn't make the choice. IMAC made it. And again, that's why I put the preface in the article where this is just for entertainment purposes only, as some people like to say. But
and then the one thing, and some Virginia fans get nervous about a lower level transfer because they're supposed to be shooters but in the Bennett era, those shooters could come in and they may not accept. They had it's hard to get in that rhythm of the offense. But I really think a shooter in this style of offense,
yeah,
and I think IMAC would have been really good in this style of offense as well. He's not as athletic, but you get guys who can they were not shot creators on that team, and
Right.
so and McNeely was kind of the offense like last year. So the opportunities for him, when you got a bunch of other scorers on the floor and you're getting up and down the floor, as you kick him the basketball, he's gonna get more open shots. And I felt like when McNeely was open, the ball was going in.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And and that's in a Tony Bennett slash oh my gosh, our previous coach Sanchez. Thank you. Sanchez's offense, that's not gonna be going up and down the court and shooting. So you get into an offense where that is the style. I think McNeely would excelled in it. But like you said, 2 versus a 1, 2 players versus 1, and the way Odom likes to play a lot of guys. And then I saw something on Twitter or something just this week, with some statistics on these guys they brought in from the 3-point line. As a whole, it's like 40%.
Yeah, they're outstanding shooters, all of them. I mean, the last point I would make too, Jeff, is that people might have looked at Rhodey's first year and
Yes.
thought, wow, we don't want to see that again.
Well,
And, while Rhodey was really solid this year, it took that whole first year to. But I'll say this too, he only played 1 year at that low level before he transferred to Virginia,
Right.
whereas White has 1 year of eligibility left. Lewis has 2 years of eligibility left. So they played, and physically they're more developed than Rhodey when he got here. And I think, they'll be able to stand up a little more. They're also more athletic than Rhodey. IMAC is actually a sneaky athlete. Like, I know we say these guys are more athletic than him. I'm not 100% sure that's true.
Yeah. And McNeely can jump too.
IMAC was, at one point I remember reading an article that he was like, somebody had said he was the best just pure athlete on the team last year. So, again, I still would make that deal if it was something that you could do. I got to imagine IMAC had the opportunity to come back, but all your friends are gone. You got Carling and Gertrude. I'm sure they were friends too, but the other guys are spread out. Your coaches are gone. He was a Tony Bennett guy, so I'm sure he was a Sanchez guy. It is what it is. Hate to see him go. Wish him well every game he plays except against us.
Yep. And then
did you see that the home and aways came out today for the ACC?
I did. Yeah. We don't play Clemson this year. Is that correct? I think we don't play Clemson.
I'm trying to remember it, and you may be right. I don't remember seeing.
I don't think we play Clemson. We play
NC State home and away, which I thought was strange. I'm okay with it, but they're going to be really good.
Yeah, I'll say you got the new coach at NC State and Will Wade, and they're going to be really good too, I think. So that should be interesting.
Oh,
and then
Oklahoma State in trouble. Oklahoma State out of bounds on 18.
Oh, boy.
This is the opening we needed to get this match all square, folks. Oh, boy. But we're in trouble ourselves. I don't know if he's been in the water and took a drop or if he's just this close to the water. What shot is he hitting? No, he's on his second shot, so he didn't hit it in the water.
Nope.
All right, be careful here.
You're a hair ahead of me.
All right, I won't spoil it.
But I see him he's going to take this shot.
All right, he just swung for me.
He's not swung yet.
Okay.
Man, this tells you how far behind we are. Out in West Point, the internet is much better than here in Chesapeake. Let's see. Josh had to lay up. He had a bad tee shot.
Still in a good position, I would say, to get a stroke maybe if he can put one in, somewhat close. I mean, I'd like to think, gosh, just get one here. You don't get this one, they clinch it. It's over.
Yeah, that'll be it.
That's a lot of pressure.
I was going to ask you. So then, also, did you see the DeRitter conversation? And Jerry Radcliffe wrote an article where it said it's not accurate. That NCAA has not made a ruling on him yet. So,
and that he has not decided to go to play for the team in Paris, which was the rumor. That is not. If
None of
he's
that.
allowed to come, the thoughts are he'll probably still come. If we don't get DeRitter, we got to get somebody else. That kid from Texas Tech would have been great to go get that just went to NC State yesterday.
Right.
I wish we'd have been in on him. He's the type player that would fit well in the system that Coach Odom likes to run, can play defense, can score. He's a total player, Let's see what we get here. We're in the fairway. I don't have the yardage. Big shot. This big shot of the year, Jeff. I mean, national championship on the line. He's got, oh, dang, it went off my screen before I could tell you. Come on. Put it in tight. Put it in tight. Ball's in the air.
164.
Okay, ball's in the air, Jeff. I'm not going to ruin it for you.
That's a pitching wedge for me.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to ruin it. He didn't throw his club out of disgust. I'll say that.
Okay, it's not bad. Give him a shot at it.
Yeah, he's got a putt, and the guy from Oklahoma State is he's in some trouble here. I thought he was out of bounds. I thought that was an OB stake.
It looked like out of bounds. Yeah.
Maybe that's not considered out of bounds. Maybe it's just a hazard, and he could play. Maybe I don't know if he can play from there with no penalty, or
was he out of bounds, or is that no grounding spot?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was an OB stake, but it must not have been. Either way, he's in some trouble here, and he's got to know that we're in a good spot.
He's got pressure on him.
Yeah,
we need him to have one of those from the golf game.
Missed the line. Missed the line.
Yeah. Missed the line on PGA 95.
I can see the ball a little too well for my liking. I'd like to wish it was sitting down here. Drama on the 18th as we talk live here. If you got the Golf Channel, you can. Well, if you're listening live, you can go watch it on the Golf Channel. If you're listening at a later point, I apologize. It's probably really boring, but exciting stuff here. Let's see what he does, Jeff. I mean, I can't get away from this right now. I mean, he's staring at it. He's looking it down. Anything on the green here, you got to feel like he's going to be happy with. Anything within 30 feet, probably. What I'd like to see is a little chunk into that bunker.
Oh, yeah.
Like right up to the lip of the bunker, too, where he can't really get out.
Where's the shot clock at? Good.
No kidding. This is horrible.
I hit the ball.
If you're watching the podcast.
Here we go. If you're watching the golf, chime in, let us know.
Yeah.
Here we go. Good Lord.
I think that's the coach looking at it. He's looking at it.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about the college golf. The coaches are everywhere. All right, here we go. He's got club in hand. He's behind the ball. All right, he's about to address the ball. I don't think he can ground the club, I guess. Doesn't look like he can because he's not grounding it on practice.
He must be in a non-ground situation.
So we're putting for par here.
No, we're putting for birdie, right?
Is this a par 5?
It's par 5, isn't it?
I don't know. If it's a par 5, yes, for birdie.
I think it's a par 5.
Okay, yeah. We're putting for birdie. Shots on the way. Oh my freaking word! Oh my God! What's a bull?
Oh boy! Wow.
Well,
I'm just watching it. Man, that's to win the national title right there.
Yep. Big pressure putt coming from and even if he makes, I mean, this guy can tie him with another make.
Yep, and that'll do it.
And that would do it.
What a shot! That is a heck of a shot.
Yeah, got to give the Cowboys credit. They played well today, and
I
we
can't believe that.
started quickly, but you really felt like this was a team of destiny after they beat Auburn and Florida, the teams that had won the Natties the last 2 years, and they'd beaten us on their way to the Natty. We returned the favor. Yeah, we were watching live. So.
Yeah, tough break there.
All right, let's see if he rolls this in. Then we got anything else to talk about tonight, Jeff? Or
I don't think we do. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna follow this right here to the end. I wore this isn't a UVA golf shirt. I should have put that on. That might be the problem. I got my orange golf
I'm
shirt
wearing.
on.
Go get your Cavalier Connection T-shirts. You got to get them made yourself. But
I've got a Cavalier Connection.
Get in the hole. Get in the hole.
Oh, OSU won. I see it come across the screen. I haven't even seen the putt yet. So,
yep.
Well, heck of a season for the Who's golf team. Didn't end the way we wanted.
They don't add to the case back here for a runner-up, though.
No, they don't.
Unfortunately.
They don't.
Get that close and to lose. That's a tough one. But great season. Hopefully we can get back next year. I'm sure we'll lose some guys, but reload, go give it a go again.
Hey, it's out. Baseball's out, golf's out, lacrosse is out. It's football time.
It's
Coach
football
Elliott,
time.
Giddy up, Coach Elliott. We need to do something big. I said in the episode when we talked to Daniel Kalen, and it's fun. I enjoy listening to guys say he's very confident at betting that over in their games.
Yeah.
Two-Guard had said, I can't see what Virginia's over-under is on DraftKings, but he says he thought it was 5.5. There's no way. Because I had got up to 6.5.
It was 5.5 earlier.
At the start of the year, but I think it went to 6.5. Because if it was 5.5, I'm really going to lay it down. But next month, mid-June, I'm just going to be going up to Pennsylvania for a few days. So on that trip, I'm going to lay my over bet. And I mentioned that one to Daniel Kalen, quarterback at Hoos, and he said, "Oh yeah, that's easy money." He said, "I can't bet, but I'm telling you right now, I like it. I like that Daniel Kalen, and they say that the quarterback it's a little more of a competition than was expected. With him and Morris, but I like Chandler Morris too, but Daniel Kalen came on the show with us, so a big Kalen fan, and I really thought he played really well in that spring game. It's a spring game, but I really thought he played well. And he's young. He's gonna be redshirt freshman or sophomore?
Yeah, redshirt freshman.
Redshirt freshman. When he said, "I lock it down." Easy money, and I'm with him, man. I'm gonna drop that money. Two-Guard said he dropped 500 on the Who's for over. I don't know if he forgot to put the period between the 5 and the 0, but I can't pull the 500 trigger, even though I want to.
Oh yeah,
but
I think if not my next article, one soon will be on the most likely wins on the football schedule from most likely to least likely.
Okay. 12-1.
Put some odds on what percentage I think we win that game, and it'll probably be an interesting read anyway. Interesting to write. Might not be an interesting read, but.
Oh yeah. Thank y'all for great content. We'd love to chat more on baseball, football, and basketball. Well, thank you, Cardiac.
Yep.
Dude.
And we do want to do that. I watched you guys last episode, and you guys said you were going to take a break for a while, and so I didn't know if you were going to be available. But if you are available, we'd love to have an episode where we get you guys on and chat it up. So
this would have been a good one tonight.
Yeah. And we have some interviews in the hopper that we've got. But I know we'll have some episodes where we don't have an interview, and that would be great to get you guys in with us and do some sharing of content. I enjoyed you guys' show, and I encourage everybody to go out and listen to it as well.
Yeah. All right, Jay, we're going to wrap this one up.
Yep.
Appreciate everybody tuning in once again. If you wouldn't mind, if you could just hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube. And even if you're not, if you're on X, if you could go to YouTube and just like our content and hit that subscribe button on the channel. Visit thecavalierconnection.com. We get our episodes posted up there. Got some news articles posted up there. We turn into a straight up media organization. Cavalier Connection LLC, media outlet. We got a channel here on YouTube, and we're in discussions with NBC to maybe go into NBC's web version of the podcast, and then maybe before you know it, we'll be on the radio. I don't know, but
Jeff, I saw Barstool was changed their UVA people.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what? Barstool, come get us. Come get us. We're here.
We're free agents.
Yeah.
We're not really free agents. We're College Huddle folks. Don't forget College Huddle.
We are the College Huddle, but
we're free agents.
Barstool, I think College Huddle would understand.
Yeah, we're free agents. We can make the move here. Yeah, and as Jay mentioned, we got some good guests lined up here really soon, and don't want to spoil names just in the off chance that it might not work out, but things are looking really on the up and up for us. Well for you guys, because it's gonna we're just gonna provide the interview for you, and they're gonna be the entertainment. So
yeah.
We do appreciate everybody tuning in to listen to these two old guys talk about Virginia sports, and like I said, hit the subscribe button for us. Anything else, Jay?
Nothing but a good, solid congratulations to the golf team, and go Hoos.
Go Hoos. Can you end it, Jay, for us?